So, review time, and today it's about the new Cloudventure running shoes, trail running shoes from On Running. I've recently been getting into On Running as a brand and looking for a new trail shoe, and these guys came out with this, and the technology of On Running is quite popular at the moment. It's the biggest selling shoe in America, running shoe in America. It's making a lot of waves in the UK and in Europe, but this is the first big one they've made that is for off-road trails. I've never really experienced a running shoe that's quite like this. It's got a lot of support, a lot of grooves in here, which I wasn't too used to. The On Running shoe brand is known for this technology, the Cloud technology. I've been on a good few runs of them. I've really tested them out. I really gave them a good go in all types of weather and terrain and surfaces, and the grip was brilliant. The way it adapted to different trails and different ground. I never lost grip at all. And with other running shoes, I've slipped here and there, and it's been a little. You've got to be a little bit careful where you're putting your feet. But with this, I felt comfortable the whole time. So when you're running with this, you feel very much in control of the shoe and the surfaces that you're coming across. And the interesting thing about these is that when you land, these interlocking grooves here that kind of collapse vertically, but they can also collapse horizontally as well, which gives you that effect of landing on sand but taking off on concrete. At first I thought it might be a little bit heavy because of the look of it. It looks, you know, it's a very, very solid shoe. It's only 295 grams. It's got a 6mm heel to toe offset, which is pretty good considering it's designed for like the toughest conditions. The material of it is really, really nice, really breathable, really comfortable, and water resistant. You know, I heard that this is one of the most waterproof shoes out there. So I was very interested in that, and I've been out running in the rain a few times. I've been taking it through puddles on wet ground, and I never felt any water seeping through. So you get that really soft, cushiony feel when you're wearing the shoe, but you got that really tough, solid durability on the exterior. There's a minimal effect on your calves and on your knees. I barely felt any strain, especially going uphill, which I've had a few problems with before. It also has this protective toe gap at the top here, which actually came in very useful when I was running along rocky roads, kind of hitting my foot in between ridges and rocks, and it just adds to the durability of this shoe. You can kind of rough it up and do whatever you want, and it's not really going to change its shape or do any damage to it. Now the negative aspects of this shoe, there's not much, like I mentioned, all good things so far, but the grooves and the sole here, which of course it's famous for, like I said. Now what I was told before is that a lot of these holes would be covered up, and at first I didn't really pay much attention to it, but then the more miles that go on and the more terrain that you run on, a lot of mud got in there, and I felt the shoe getting noticeably heavy. So I had to stop a few times, get the mud out, get the stones out. Not too much, just once or twice, but it definitely is a factor, and that you should take into consideration if you're looking at the shoe. Another thing is that for the price, it's one of the most expensive running shoes out there. I think this one sells at £125. So if you want to invest that money, you've got to be completely sure that this is the right running shoe for you. But the good thing about the company is that you can always get in contact with them and ask to try out one of their shoes. So if you can get the opportunity, it's definitely worth it. It's a great shoe for someone who wants to be comfortable in running off-road and on-road, and having that shoe to protect them, something that they're not going to worry about. It will definitely help prevent injuries, no doubt about that. I would give this between a 7 and an 8 out of 10. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's a brilliant shoe, but the cost of it and the reality of the mud and stones and twigs and stuff getting in there does bring it down a little bit. So that's my review of the Cloudventure running shoe. I hope you liked it. I hope it offered some insight, and if you do have any comments, comment below and I'll try and get back to you. And please, if you did like it, give it a like, give this channel a subscribe. There's plenty more review videos to come, so stay tuned and I'll see you soon.